Let's talk about text message marketing, guys. You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels. I figured we'd talk about text message marketing, SMS marketing. I feel like that's one of the forms of marketing that a lot of people are sleeping on, and I think it's one of the most effective forms of marketing in terms of people like not being jaded to it, people being responsive to it, it working really well. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Last week, I was at Digital Summit in Chicago. I'm not sure if any of you guys were at Digital Summit in Chicago. If so, maybe I saw you there. But if not, there's a bunch of other digital summits going on. I think Washington's coming up in a couple weeks, maybe Vegas or Utah, something like that. If you've never been to a digital summit, highly recommend it. They had some awesome keynote speakers. We had Seth Godin, has a popular blog. I think worked at Yahoo for a number of years. He's got a popular book out called This Is Marketing. And then also Scott Dickens, the founder of The Onion, the satirical kind of comedy newspaper. And then a ton of great classes. I actually sat through a class on text message marketing or SMS marketing. And SMS marketing is something I've been getting into here in 2019 a lot more heavily than I've ever done in the past. And it's incredibly effective. Just came off of a Labor Day weekend where over the course of 3 days, and I think I sent a total of 9 text messages, made somewhere between $14,000 and $15,000. And keep in mind, these text messages, if I added them all up, I'm guessing it probably cost, I should have tallied up these numbers before I hopped on here, but essentially, like any given text message, like a text message cost $1.15 to send, cost $115 to send, made $2,400. Cost $156 to send, made $4,400. So I mean, the ROI on text message marketing is insane. But yeah, like I said, came off a 3-day Labor Day weekend sale, 9 text messages, $14,400 or something like that. Really, really good numbers. Why is text messaging so effective? I feel like text messaging is, first off, a lot of e-commerce stores, a lot of retailers aren't doing text message marketing. So anytime you do something that not a lot of other people are doing, I think it's a way for you to stand out a little bit. It's also something that people aren't jaded to, right? Like, everybody's blind to banner ads. You can pay to run banner ads places, and yeah, you'll probably get some sales. But like, if you ever look at heat maps of where people's eyes look on any given website, people completely ignore banner advertising. We've had banner advertising for probably going on 2 decades, and people are just completely blind to it, right? They know to look at the center of the page where the content is, and they know to kind of ignore sidebars and skyscraper ads and header ads and things like that. So text messages or SMS marketing, it's something that people haven't gotten blind to yet because they haven't been beaten over the head with text message marketing. It's also a little bit harder to opt out, right? Like, if you get a spam email or something like that, you either click the spam button or you just scroll to the bottom and unsubscribe. To opt out of text messages, you got to text back, stop, or something like that. It's just one more step of effort to opt out. And that's another reason why I've talked a lot about push notifications recently, and that's actually a big reason why push notifications are so effective, is because almost nobody, like, even if you accidentally click the allow push notifications, almost nobody knows where to go in their browser to find how to opt out. So people just stay opted in, even if they aren't. I mean, not that there's really any point to keeping somebody to marketing to somebody that doesn't want to be marketed to, but people just aren't opting out because they don't even know how to opt out. And that's kind of one of the reasons that I think people, the retention rate, or having people stick around on your text messaging list, is so good. It's because it's one more step of effort that people have to do to get out of it. So you're going to be able to build a list very quickly, and you're going to be able to retain that list. They rattled off a bunch of stats at Digital Summit in terms of like how effective text message marketing is, how quick people open texts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think within getting a text, most people will check their text messages within something like 90 seconds of receiving a text. Flip that to email. If I were sending out, like I did send out, I did blast emails out for the Memorial Day weekend. But it's very possible that you send somebody an email on Friday morning at 10 o'clock. They're at work. They're not going to check their personal email pretty much throughout the day Friday, and then next thing you know, it's a long holiday weekend. People don't check the email when they get home on Friday. They're at a barbecue on Saturday. They got something going on Sunday. They're with family on Labor Day for, on Monday, and they come back into the office on Tuesday morning, and your weekend deals for Labor Day have already expired, and they're just now checking that email if they get it at all, or you just get lost in a bunch of spam email. They don't even wind up opening your email. I know I tend to check text messages. People check text messages, right? Like, either you have kids and you're worried, did my kid get in trouble at school? Are they sick at school? Do I need to get back to the babysitter? I don't have kids, but in my case, if I take too long to respond to a text message, my girlfriend's blowing up my phone asking if I have whores at the house. So we all have some kind of personal obligation that we need to check our text messages for. So it's something that people are really responsive to. In terms of like costs and things like that, just to throw out a little bit more information in case any of you guys aren't doing text message marketing already, typically costs about a penny. In my experience and with the providers that I've used, typically it's about a penny per text that you send out. If you want to send a photo with the text or put some type of picture in there, that's normally going to be, I would say 2 or 3 cents. So it'll either double or triple what you're spending to send out those texts. I found it to be really effective. I've found the ROI to be amazing. I found it to be pretty easy to grow a list, and once you grow that list tends to stick around. And it's just a much more direct form of marketing. Like I said, with an email or a push notification, you never really know when that person is going to log in and see it. Pretty much everybody is attached at the hip to their phone, and the second you send a text message, they're going to get it almost right away. The one other tip I would give you guys for SMS marketing or text message marketing, there's a lot more regulation or like legal nonsense surrounding text message marketing. And what I mean by that is, with email marketing, you get people to opt in your list. Yeah, you should be following the rules and not sending unsolicited emails and all that jazz. But ultimately, with email marketing, if I have a list of 1,000 emails, I can upload that list of 1,000 emails to MailChimp or Klaviyo or OmniSend or whatever else you use, Constant Contact, whatever you use. You can upload that list and you can start emailing those people today. One of the things that I found to be kind of a pain in the ass with text message marketing, it's not really the fault of the companies who run these SMS marketing services. More than anything, it's all the government regulation around it. But you cannot take a list of your customers' phone numbers and just upload it into an SMS marketing platform and start sending emails. They're very strict about kind of the opt-in rules, and whatever company you're using, they pretty much want to verify for themselves that these people have opted in. And where I'm going at with kind of all of this is, if you start with one company and you want to switch later on, it's going to be a huge pain in the ass to be able to switch from one company to the other, because the new company, even though they want to get your business, they're not going to accept that. Basically, they're not just going to let you give them a list of phone numbers and say, hey, will you throw these into your account? Almost every company that I've worked with in regards to SMS marketing, they want people to opt in through their platform. So you could set up something like, text, I don't know, let's say we're selling Halloween costumes or something. You could do something like text pumpkin to 55417, and when people text pumpkin to 44517, they're added to your list. You could also do opt-in, like mobile opt-ins on your website. But basically, whatever company you're working with, they're going to want people electronically opting in on their platform, so that company knows 100% that this person opted into SMS marketing. Where this is like a pain in the butt, I was working with a client who was having people at their mall kiosk. They were having people write down their name and phone number on basically a clipboard sheet of paper, and then my client was sending that clipboard sheet of paper to me to have me upload it into the SMS marketing system that we were using. And the company that we were using, initially they refused to take the list after a whole lot of back and forth and me sending them photos of the clipboard showing like that is different people's handwriting. We really had a clipboard, you know, all this stuff. They finally caved and were like, look, this one, and it wasn't even that many emails. It was like 50 emails. They were like this, or 50 text phone numbers. They were like, we'll do this for you this one time, but we're really not supposed to do it. We'll never do it again for you. With another client, I was wanting to move their list from one particular provider who doesn't really have that great of analytics or tracking to another provider. And again, even though this new company wants to get your business, they make it really, really difficult, if not impossible, to switch. So the reason I say this is if you do decide to do SMS marketing, don't use something short-term as a stopgap and say, oh, well, I'll switch later. I'll figure out a better system later. If you're going to start doing SMS marketing, figure out the proper or the best or the correct way to do it from the outset, and use that from the beginning. Because if you build a list of 100 people, 200 people, 500 people, and then you realize, oh, I didn't really select the best system, or these guys have better pricing, and you want to move it over, forget about it. If you're even able to do it, it's going to be a huge headache. But that's my little rant about SMS marketing. If you guys are doing text message marketing, SMS marketing, you have any additional tips to share, you have a platform that you like to use that you'd recommend, or anything else you'd like to add, go ahead and do me a favor and do your fellow YouTube watchers, viewers, entrepreneurs, whatever, a favor as well. Drop the comments down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.